Hi guys, my name is Wissam and this is an introduction video for SmartSol manufacturing and quoting software. In the next few minutes I'll be showing you an implementation of an aluminium manufacturing and quoting software. And what makes this software stand out is its simplicity. It's very easy to learn, very easy to use, it's very straightforward, and I'll be proving that in this video. Now to start the program I'll just double click on this icon and it's gonna come up with a login name and password, which I'll click login. The program loads up. Now I'll start by adding a new customer, and again it's very easy. I'll just click on customers over the left and I'll click on new, and this will let me add a new customer. I'll put the customer code, I'll make it ABX. I'll make this ABX constructions. Now I'll select a group. You can modify these groups, you can add as many groups as you like. I'll select builders. I'll just put a dummy ABN for now. Now contact name, I'll make this myself. I'll put some dummy details. I'll put a delivery address, I'll make that 14 George Street, Sydney. And I'll save it. Now as soon as you save it, if you click exit, you'll notice that ABX customer was added to this list. Now, if you want to search for this customer, you just type its code, its name, whatever you type, it's going to find it for you. So I'll type ABX and you can go in, edit. You can change these details. I'll just leave it for now. Now I want to raise a quote for this customer. So again, it's very simple. Just click on new quote. And this page comes up. Now first thing I need to do is to select a customer for this quote. So I can either type in the code or I can search for the customer. I'll click on the dots and I'll search for ABX and select this customer. So it automatically populates its details, the code, the name, and the delivery address for this customer. Okay, now next thing, I'll start adding some production. So I'll click on new production, and here I have a list of all available items. So over the left I can click doors, I can click awnings, double hung, doors commercial, sliding window commercial, commercial awning, and so on. In the bottom I have the hinge doors and the commercial fixed doors. I'll start by adding a sliding fixed window. Now it's going to prompt me for the options. So first option is reveal type. I'll leave that as none for now. The glass type, so I'll select formula, the default option. I'll leave everything default for now and I'll just click accept. Now here I'll put the height. I'll make that 900 height and I'll make it 890 for the width, and I'll click on generate. Now this is going to give me the cutting sheet for this window with all the length and the quantities. It's going to give me how much it's going to cost me for production, how much overhead, how much labor resources, $50 in this case, and how much the selling price should be. Now all this is customizable, so we can control the wastage, we can control the overhead and the margin on each item individually. So that's set up once and then it picks it up every time. So I'm happy with it, I'll accept it, and it gets added to my quote. If you notice here, it added the total net 127, and here I have the quantity, the item count, total square meters, and the total cost so far. I'll add another item, and this time I'll select a door. I'll select sliding door with one fixed panel. So I'll double click to select. Again, I'll have the options. Now I'll select security screen as an option. I'll make the glass 638mm, and the color I'll select white for this door. Now same thing, I'll make the height 21 and the width I'll make that 16. I'll click on generate, and same thing, gives me the cost, the price, the selling price in line with the margin which been set against this item, and I'll accept it. I'll keep adding items. I'll add one more. I'll take an awning for now. I'll select this guy. That's a commercial awning with low light, with 3 panels. Reveal. I'll select 90mm reveal, and I'll keep the glass. I'll accept it. I'll make the height 12. The width, I'll make that 12 too. The awning height is this section height without the low light. I want that at 900 and generate. So it charge me, that's going to cost me 522 and I'll sell it for 841. You have an option to set a discount for this item, so if you make a 5% discount, it recalculates the selling price and shows you the discount at $38.25. I'll make that 0 for now and I'll accept it. Now if you notice, so far I have 3 items on my quote, and every time I add an item it updates the summaries. So I have 3 lines, 3 items, the total squares is 5.6, my total cost is 1,137.74 cents. Again, here I have an option to put a discount, so if you choose to apply a 5% discount, just put 5 and click apply. It updates the total discount and it applies an individual discount to each item, which you can inspect yourself. Now also, if you want to add a text note, anything that comes to mind, say, I'll add one for now, say I'll make this code does not include installation. You can add any terms, anything comes to your mind. So you can say delivery will be on the 15th of 9th 2014, and you can accept it. So that's just a text line, doesn't have any value against it. If you're happy with this quote, you can go ahead and click save and print. That'll save the quote and show you a preview of the print. You can save and close. I'll do save and print for now, just to show you what it's going to come up with. So click save and print and give it a few seconds to process the data. Came up on my other screen. So that's my quote. That's the first page. Shows you the customer details, the salesperson. Now that can be customized. You can make any changes you like to this form. That's my first item with the options, quantity, second item, third item. Here I have the subtotal for this quote. And that's my text notes, and on the last page we can add terms and conditions. We can add a sales contract, so that's optional and that's customizable. I'll close this for now. Now if I click on quotes and let's look for ABX, you can see that this quote been added to my list with a quote number and a total amount. Now if you want to print out the cutting sheet, you can do it for each item or you can do it for the whole quote. So I can double click to drill down to the quote, and I'll click on print cutting list, and gives me the cutting list for each item on this quote. If you go to the top one, which is the window, here I have the options and the items grouped by their types. So I have aluminium, the jam, seal, head and so on, and then I have the hardware and the glass. And each item will have completed by, a date and a signature, and a tracking number which you can track it back on your system. Now, also, if you want to invoice this customer, just do a new invoice. I'll select the customer, ABX. Now here I have an option to load the quote, which I just did. I'll click on From Quote and double click the quote, and that's it. So you can see the amount is 1751.42. Save and close. Now if I go back to the customer, ABX, double click, you can see that his balance is now 1751.42, which is the full amount of that invoice. Also on the customer card, you can go to quotes and see all the history of his quotes. If you go to transactions, you can see there's a customer invoice for 1751.42, which is the one we just did, and you can put notes against this customer, things like contact James prior to delivery, anything, you can just put it there and save it, compose it, and that's it. Now there's more to this software, but I just wanted to show you how simple and easy to create quote, how to add production and produce cutting sheet. Thank you for watching. Now for further details, I can be reached on this number. Call me and we can discuss it further. And if you have any questions, I can answer them. Thank you.